Well, folks, it's water change time for my 180. I do this every 2 weeks, and I do probably a 70% water change every 2 weeks on this tank. And as we go through it, I'll show you my processes. I'm using a Vivosum pump and a 3/4 inch hose, and I just run it out to my bathtub and let her drain. And you see there's my sump. So anyway, as we progress, we'll do little snippets all the way through till we're done. So part of my maintenance when I do the water changes is you can see these overflows. So the overflows has a bunch of gunk wrapped up into it. So what I do is I have a toothbrush that sits up on top of the tank, and I just comb them with a toothbrush and clean them out. And that's part of my maintenance process for this tank. And then another thing I will do is, can't really see him right now because he's kind of like in the way, my Oscar in them, but let's see if we can get to it, is that pre-filter on my FX6. That'll come off and be cleaned as well. All part of it. Clean the glass, which I actually cleaned the glass yesterday on this tank, inside and out. But like I say, I'll probably do a 50 to 70% water change every 2 weeks, and these fish will be happy that I do it, and we'll continue on from here. So folks, I want to show you, this is what a pre-filter looks like when you need to clean them. And this is what saves your filters from having to be serviced often. This pre-filter catches all this junk, and I generally clean this out about once a week. So it's really not bad. That's my pre-filter cleaning. So another part of my maintenance is cleaning my glass lids. So you can see that center one is cleaned. That one's dirty. That one's dirty. So I will clean them. I've also taken my toothbrush and I've cleaned the weirs for overflows. And we're filling the tank up. We've replaced the pre-filter on the FX6. So we're making progress. Let me get the rest of these tank tops cleaned and we'll go from there. Alright folks, so my tank lids are cleaned. The overflows have been cleaned. The pre-filter's been cleaned. Water's almost done filling up. And you notice once you clean your lids, see how you get the shimmer back in the water? I like the shimmer. And I probably don't clean my lids as much as I should, but anyway, that's part of my routine maintenance. And then the next part is once the water gets up full, let me open up my door here. So, and then once the water gets full, then I keep track on my sump, and you see the max line on the left there, right there. I want it to get to that point, and then I'll shut the water off and then turn the pumps on, and then it will come back down to in between max and normal run levels, and keeps the sump running. So there we have it folks, we're almost there. So there you have it folks, my tank maintenance is completed, water change is done. The lids have been cleaned, the pre-filter on the FX6 has been cleaned, my overflows have been cleaned, and then we'll take a look at my sump in my sump. As you see, it is right at the normal run area. And for those of you who don't have a sump, you know, you need to make sure that you don't fill your sump up too much. So you see that max line, right? On that max line, if I was to fill that thing above that max line and for some reason I have a power failure, my sump may overflow, because what will happen is the water will drain back into this sump, and because there's no power, there's no pumps going. So once the water level drops below my overflows up there, and my input, my water that comes in, up in the top there, you see those two little orange looking things. It's actually algae growing on them. But once the water gets below that, it breaks the siphon, so it won't backflow anymore. But still, if you have that sump really full near the top, you will overflow it and you'll have a mess. So it's critical that if you have a sump, to know where your water level needs to be for running normally and not to overfill. A lot of folks that use like 40 breeders or 75-gallon tanks or whatever, make a homemade sump. They'll put a tape line or a magic marker or whatever on there that says this is the max water I can have in there, because you test it. When you first set up a sump, you're going to test it to make sure you kill the power, that it's not going to overflow, and then you can figure out where the water level should be, or the max for you. Anyway, folks, that is my tank maintenance for the week on my 180-gallon Cichlid tank. I hope you enjoyed this, and maybe you have a happy water change day and maintenance day with your fish tanks. Once again, have a great one. Love y'all. God bless. Goodbye.